Coach, I want to see if Combine can chip into this league and see what they do to chip into this league. For TSF, I just want them to sustain what they've been doing. They've done a good job. Their guards have done a good job of getting the ball in the post and making the right reads in transition, making the right reads in the ball screen. They've made their free throws. So TSF has played a complete game.
I
I want
agree.
to see if Combine can compete and get back in this thing, though.
I think it's going to be hard, but I'm hoping that they do just for our pure enjoyment.
You got to finish that. That's
Got
a great
to.
attack from the wing.
That's
I think
where his advantage is.
Exactly. I think that's how you got to attack the big fella. You know, you got to get him out there, get him in space, and try to drive by him and see if you can finish the play.
And that's Jordan Black with that drive, and his advantage is kind of being more
Great
of
pass.
Is that Kenny Burns again?
It's Kenny Burns again, Coach.
He's so under control and poised today. And then Kai with the great hands. He catches everything around the rim. Would have liked to seen him show a little bit more explosiveness on the finish, but what a great catch in transition. In traffic, which is difficult.
Nothing like a big fella that makes his free throws, Coach.
I'm not sure he's missed one today.
I haven't seen him miss many shots, Coach. I think he missed the dunk, but he got it back and finished the play.
With the right hand earlier in the first half.
Big time player, Coach. If he could get, obviously in better shape and change ends of the floor better, he's got a chance, Coach.
And then just get his body stronger too, because he's going to have to defend bigger physical guys the higher level that he goes.
Definitely. He's probably going to have to defend on the perimeter where the game is going now, so he's got to be able to move his feet.
And then be able to take a bump at the rim. Josh Ado with a nice dribble moves.
Oh, good pass. Stepped out of bounds.
Jordan Black caught it a little too deep. Did try to finish out, let it go. Coach is urging him to get right back into his pressure package. Don't worry about that. Move on to the next play.
They got to try to see if they can get some turnovers, Coach, and get some easy buckets. There's one right there.
Rajon Blackwell has done a great job in the press, and Josh Ado is going to have to make some threes. That's the only chance they got. He's going to have to.
Coach, he's missed some wide open ones.
And he expects to make them too, you can tell. And he's played with great energy, great effort. He's made a lot of good plays, but he has not been able to find his touch from three.
TSF needs the outlet guy on this press. The two guards up here, they're screening for each other. Combine is switching it, so they need a guy from the back court to come up and try to be a relief man.
A press release.
Exactly.
And Darren Patrick kind of is left on his own right there, and he ends up turning the ball over. Rajon Blackwell with the deep NBA three, right back into his pressure package. Good hands by Blackwell. Nice kick to Jalen Galloway, though. And that's Darren Patrick all over the glass. Looked really long and athletic on that rebound. Unfortunately, lost the ball out of bounds.
Coach, this is a big trip for Combine. See if they can get
All
a little bit of
them are,
momentum.
Coach. Early sub, Jordan Black got out the game. Emmanuel Prosper checks in for Combine Academy. Looks like there's some kind of open motion offense. With Tagging Brown with the mystery.
I'm not understanding. TSF has gone man-to-man coming out of halftime here.
And the zone was great.
The zone was great, and Combine's not doing a good job of attacking the bigs. They got to attack.
Good pass.
They got numbers here. Got to make those shots. Got to make open shots.
Had to. Great play by Josh Ado, though.
Can't do that.
That's no longer a rule. Used to be able to jump from out of inbounds to out of bounds, call the timeout in the air. That's no longer allowed. That's an out of bounds play. And we got a sub right here. Darren Patrick subbed out Donovan Grant, who made a couple threes and had some nice finishes around the rim in the first half, subs in for TSF.
Great move.
Josh Ado, I'm telling you, that kid can play. I know he hadn't shot the ball away from three, but I've still been impressed with his game today. Because he can put it on the floor and go get it.
He's played well. He's been aggressive. He's definitely been aggressive. He's not shy.
And they have him guarding a four-man in a lot of situations. Kai probably got a little too tricky with the ball right there. Tried to round the back pass that went out of bounds. Too high for Jordan Wilmore. He's looking at Jordan like he thought he should have caught it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he could have caught that one, Coach. I think they list him at 7'2". I think he may have needed to be 7'5" to catch that one, Coach.
And he's not Sean. Is that Sean Bradley?
Yeah, that's Sean.
Manute Bowl.
Manute Bowl, yeah.
Not a whole lot of those dudes running around no more. Yao Ming. Timeout. It's Skills Factory still up 21. Combine has played better, but still hasn't quite chipped into the lead the way we would have anticipated or hoped if they're going to try to make a run in this game. But it's going to be so many more possessions that have opportunities. Josh Odo is going to have to make shots from the perimeter, though.
He's definitely going to have to make some shots, Coach. And from what I'm seeing, they've gotten some open shots. They've gotten some open shots. They just got to make them.
It's been like that all game.
Most
Like I said, they just got to make them.
And they got to make better decisions in transition. I think it would be okay if they would shoot a layup in transition. I'd like to see somebody shoot a layup in transition and not shoot the three. The three's not falling today. See if you can get to the basket.
Take whatever the defense gives you, Coach.
Definitely.
Dribble handoff to Italian Brown. Prosper with the ball, swings it.
Oh.
Big fella just ran straight through Josh Odo.
What the fuck?
That had to be a foul on Jordan Wilmore right there. He ran straight through Josh Odo. I don't know how that could be any other call. Okay. Yeah, they got to get big fella out of the game. Just like you talked about earlier, Quanto Martin likes physical guys, and I'm pretty sure that Jordan Wilmore is not intimidated by contact.
Not at all. Another long three ball.
By Rajon Blackwell. Jalen Galloway has to improve his ball handling, decision making, and transition right there.
Definitely tough shot. This may have been the only decision Kenny Burns that wasn't a great decision today. Otherwise, he's played a great game. But that shot right there, they probably could have got a better shot. And when the point guard shoots the ball in the corner, someone has to get back. Got to get transition numbers.
Have to. Should be your 2 and your 3 probably sprinting back in that situation so you have good floor balance. Had a great block by Jalen Galloway in the corner on Italian Brown for a 3. Roberson was coming in, playing for the other team. Was a little shaky with it. Nice kick. Actually, if I'm Jalen Galloway, I would have took that one.
Yeah,
that's
Coach,
a good shot
I think,
for him.
yes, that was a great shot. But you know what I think? Coach has got on them over there, told them they need to get some good shots. So I don't think he wanted to take a quick one, and maybe they were trying to get something established in the post.
What they tried to get it in to Kai Sotto, but again, he has to get a little bit wider in his base and physical. He's got to catch those balls. He has smaller guys on him. There's no way they should get tipped away. Great hustle by Josh Odo in the corner, too.
Definitely. I think with the big fella, I think he's got to be able to bend his knees a little bit more. I don't think he's
flexibility.
His flexibility is not quite there yet. So if he's thinking about taking that jump to the next level, which, you know, I've heard, he's got to get some lower body strength to help him be able to, you know, hold guys off on the post and also finish plays against guys that are his size. And
then even on the other end of the court, to try to push guys off of their position, you have to have lower body strength.
Definitely.
Again, they're putting Darren Patrick in a bad situation where nobody's coming to the ball, no screening action, no cutting. He's turned the ball over 2 times on baseline out of bounds.
That's what you got to do. Attack the rim. See if you can get him in foul trouble. See if you can get the clock stopped, Coach, and see if you can chip at this lead from the free throw line.
Great attack by Rajon Blackwell in transition right there. Got into the shot blocker's chest. And again, we're not sure if they're great shot blockers anyway, so I say just drive it and be aggressive and go at them because they're not trying to draw charges. As you can see, Kai Sotto right there tried to block the shot. Great drive by Blackwell, getting 2 shots from the line.
I actually like this Blackwell kid. He's pretty aggressive, Coach. He made a couple plays there, you know.
Hadn't had a lot of turnovers. I think he's a pretty good player. You know, I think he can definitely play at the D2 level and in the right situation be a backup at a lower D1. What do you think?
I think so too, Coach. I mean, from what I've seen today, I mean, obviously, you know, you would like to see a guy more than one time, and we haven't had the privilege of doing that. But from what I see today, I agree with you.
And you just made a great point for all evaluators and guys who are, you know, whether you're a college coach, high school coach, scouting service, you should try not to make an evaluation or have an opinion on a kid unless you've seen him 2 or 3 times in multiple situations, because that way you get a better feel for who he is as a player or who she is as a player. I like this Josh Odo, man. I'm sorry. He's aggressive in transition.
He reminds me of a kid that you recruited at Georgia Tech that went to the NBA. He doesn't have that size, but his aggressiveness and kind of his body
a little bit of a burst, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The guy you recruited at Tech that's in the NBA plays for Minnesota now?
Josh Okogie.
Josh Okogie.
I did not recruit him. Chad Dollar recruited him, but I inherited him and coached him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to give Chad his props on that one.
Okay. Good job by Dollar in finding that one.
I tried to recruit him at Georgia State. He big time, and we still laugh about that to this day. He acts like he didn't big time me, but he definitely big time me. And it obviously was the right decision because things have worked out well for him.
It really has, really has.
This is Donovan Grant at the line, shooting 2. made both free throws. Has a little bit of an awkward release, but he's made a couple threes, shot the ball away from the free throw line. He's a pretty solid player.
That's a tough shot.
Tough shot.
Tough
and
shot.
I know you're the scorer, and I know you're the guy, but he can get whatever he wants. He probably can be a little bit more patient and try to get to the rim.
And they were chipping into that lead. Got to give it to him down there. Got to finish that. Good job.
I like the fight from Emmanuel Prosper, though. He tried to front him, kept battling, didn't give him a layup.
Well,
and even though Kai's a great free throw shooter, I still rather earn it at the free throw line.
I would too. I mean, the last possession, 24, we say his name was Prosper.
Emmanuel Prosper.
Emmanuel Prosper did an excellent job of fronting him, and they couldn't get the ball to him. And that's where I think Kai has to get better. He has to get better at establishing post position. You know what I mean? He has to get lower, especially when he has a smaller guy guarding him. He got to be able to get post position down there because every guy that he plays, whatever level he goes to, there's going to be some guys, maybe not quite as tall as him, but there'll be some taller guys with a little bit more girth, and he's going to have to be able to establish himself in the post.
And that goes down to the base and the lower body strength that we've discussed on multiple occasions that he has to improve at. But again, he just comes and knocks down his 2 free throws, and it just makes it tough when the guy just doesn't miss from the free throw line.
Definitely.
And then there, Coach Rob Johnson for TSF has done a great job subbing those guys in. He starts them together, but then after that, he kind of gets into a rotation where just one of the 7-footers on at all times. So it keeps them fresh, and I just think it makes it tough for the other team. And a bad turnover for Combine right there.
TSF with a little pressure themselves.
And I think it's bothered Combine more than Combine's pressure has bothered TSF.
Exactly.
Roberson out there, nice drive to the rim. Glad to see he's okay. The rush made him come out early when the ball got bounced off his head, but he's back in, being aggressive off the ball screen, and attacked and tried to get to the rim with the left hand.
Combine has to find a way to chip back into this game, Coach. I mean, they've taken some tough shots. They've had some opportunities. You know, they've missed a lot of threes. I don't think they probably only made 1 3 this half. They've probably taken about 7 of them.
I would agree.
They're getting some things in transition, but they're just not finishing plays.
And then just attack the shot blockers and try to get those guys in foul trouble, because your best bet is if you can get Kai Sotto or Jordan Wilmore in foul trouble, or maybe both of them in foul trouble, and now you can get the game down to guys all your size. Now you can play.
TSF in the press again.
Glad they didn't force the 3 right there. Now, if I'm Joshua, though, I just go one-on-one right here. Shot blocker went at the rim.
Great drive. Great drive.
He's crafty around the rim, too. Has finishes from different angles, can finish with both hands.
Aggressive, Coach. I like his aggressiveness. I mean, his shot not falling from the perimeter. He's still putting it up. Obviously, he's this team's go-to guy.
He is. I think he's strong, too. I think a little stronger than he looks and a little bit more athletic than he looks at the rim, too.
Gotta have those. Gotta have those.
Can't miss free throws when you're down 20. You got to find a way to chip away. As you just saw in the replay, that was a great drive against Jalen Galloway, who's another wing with size. He was able to get in there and against 3 guys and get to the free throw line. Now they get a chance to set up their pressure because he made his free throw.
Oh, great.
You see his burst? He's got a little bit more of a burst than it looks like. His body doesn't look like it's an athletic body, but it's something there with the jumping and the speed.
Coach, I like this kid.
Nothing against the programs that are recruiting him, but I'm not sure he can't play at a little bit higher level, Coach.
You know what, Coach? And seeing him today, again,
it's just a one-day evaluation.
Yeah. You know, obviously you talked to the coach, and the coach has said he's been playing well, and he's obviously their lead and go-to guy. But today, from what I see, I would agree with you, Coach.
I think it's a lot of mid-majors he can play at.
I think so, too. And, Coach, you coached at a mid-major and was very, very successful at a mid-major in Georgia State. Could he play at that level?
I would have for sure taken him at Georgia State. And also, at the mid-major level, I think the biggest thing is style of play and fit.
Okay.
And Coach Hunter, who was the coach at Georgia State when I was there, now at Tulane, doing an excellent job as well. Like guys who could shoot and who could score.
Big fella has to finish that one.
Got to finish, though. At least one of those. He had 3 opportunities at the rim. And he liked guys who could shoot and who could score, and Josh Ado can do both. So I think he would have been a great fit. That was Toyez Solomon, who's shown some athleticism in the first half when he had a nice dunk. He probably should have dunked that one, but they were able to get a steal, push in transition, and now they got to find a way to make these free throws and cut into this lead. I think all levels are about fit, but I think the low major and the mid-major level are about fit a little bit more, because I think a guy who somebody might see as a D2 guy, if he fits in the system, he can play at a low major or a mid-major and get away with it, because the athleticism isn't going to be at such a disparity as it can be in a high major where you can get exposed.
Definitely, coach. I definitely agree with you. I also even think that at the high major level, just looking around,
Hmm.
if you look around the NCAA, especially this year, the teams
So
that
much parity, right?
there's a lot of parity. Ah, that's a tough pass to try to make to the big fella Kai.
That was Darren Patrick, who's had some. I think he has the vision to make some plays, but doesn't have the touch, and he's had a couple turnovers in situations where just a little bit more patience. He could have completed the pass.
To get back what I was saying about the NCAA this year, it's a lot of parity, but also when you look and being in the game as long as you and I have been at the high major level, at the mid major level, both of us have been at both levels, all
Hmm.
levels. Um, I've gone away a little bit from looking at rankings
I have
um,
too.
and just kind of looking at fit and looking at guys that are team guys
Hmm.
because I think if you really look around the NCAA over the years, most of the guys that are one and done guys are one and done guys, and their teams don't advance very far in the NCAA. So you kind
A
of
la
pick
Ben Simmons.
exactly. So you got to kind of pick your poison. Nothing against those guys that are coming to college to be one and done.
And if you can get him, it's hard to turn him down.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
But if you're trying to win and win at that
And
level, and
build a program.
a la Villanova, that's what they've done. They kind of gone away from I won't say high-ranked guys because that's not fair to those guys that are highly ranked, but they've kind of got a fit to their system and they've taken off and
Gonzaga.
exactly.
It can be done, and like I think it's about, do you fit the style? Do you fit the system? Um, do you fit the culture of that program? And if you
Culture.
are you a winner? Are you a high IQ guy? I think all those things matter even more today than they have at any point. Come out trying to get a little pressure right here in the 1-2-2. Great job by TSF with the patience. They have chipped away a little bit. They got it down to 18, but they got to find a way to get it under 15. Kai's just too skilled when he
Too
catches the ball
skilled,
around
coach. And
there.
if he catches it that deep, I'm not sure if the referee should have called 3 seconds there because
He
he was
was in there for a
living
while.
in the paint, coach. It's tough to keep that guy out of the paint. Good drive.
I
And
like that, and that's what a lot of guys are going to. That's not. I'm not going to call him James Harden, but James Harden is great at getting his body into you, keeping the ball high and protecting it away from you, and then finishing at the rim. This is Emmanuel Prosper right here. Good drive, got into his body, knocked him off. Nice touch for the and one finish.
great finish.
See if he can finish off with the free throw. That's a big play right there.
Good job, coach. These guys can they're chipping. Seems like they're chipping. Oh, great read
Look
on
at
the
Josh
press.
with the read. He's got to come up with that though.
Aye.
That's either his third or his fourth foul too. And now TSF is in a 1-and-1. So that was actually a big foul. Well, they're in a 1-and-1 with 13 minutes left in the half. That's gonna be hard to come back. They'll
Coach,
be shooting free throws the rest of the game.
Coach, it'd be hard, Coach, unless they're going to knock down some threes and keep these guys off the free throw line, which they haven't been able to do. You also got to win the foul game. Got to be able to play defense without fouling. That's a big thing that I've learned over the years. The teams that foul the most, it's hard for them to win games. If you can play defense without fouling, play good defense without fouling, and
Don't turn
rebound
the
the
ball
ball,
over. Make your free throws. You're gonna win a lot of games.
you're going to win a lot of games, Coach. You're going to be in a lot of games. Easier said than done, though.
Especially the way the game is being called nowadays, like we talked about earlier. No hand checking. It's harder to pressure out further on the court because if a guard is quick and he gets into the body, and we got the flopping a la Trae Young when he throws the head back.
Hey, man, stop talking about Trae Young.
Please
Back to the game.
don't.
Combine.
Yeah. Don't at me at anything, guys. Just giving you guys an example, trying to put a visual together for you.
Tough shot, tough shot.
And he's taken a couple of those. That's Toya Solomon with a couple of jump shots, and I think he probably can use his athleticism and his speed and get to the rim on the bigger guys. Kai has a mismatch, but Josh has battled him when he's gotten down there against Kai. Not just too little right there, though.
Too little. And he hung on the rim a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the referees are paying attention to 3 seconds in the lane. Combine's coach looks like he's trying to get the refs to understand that, hey, man, we cannot guard this guy in the paint if you just let him sit in there for 3 seconds.
And we definitely can't let him hang on the rim for an hour.
There's your guy, Coach.
Josh Sotto gets to the rim. He has all the spin moves, all the tricky finishes, loves contact. I'm impressed.
I like him, Coach. I like him, Coach. What do you see him at the next level? What will you see him as?
I think his first notion is to score. So you can play him at the wing, but I also have seen him have a crafty enough handle, and be able to make passes with the right and left hand where he might be able to be a combo or a guy who can play spot minutes at the point. So he's shown some versatility, and he's also battled and fought down there in the post. So maybe a little bit of four action depending on what level he goes to.
Definitely, coach, because he has the size, and you looking at a guy that probably going to be able to put on muscle with that body.
I would agree, because that's probably all natural. Nice drive right there. And he's made some plays today. That's Donovan Grant getting all the way to the rim. He's been more of a perimeter guy, but that time he put the ball on the floor and was able to get to the rim and finish, even through a little contact. Rajon Blackwell has been very solid off the ball screen right there. And Emmanuel Prosper has to make those kind of plays and put them in a situation where you get them back in the zone. Nice three off the step-back jumper by Prosper.
Man, Prosper looked like he got a little game, coach. He's made a couple plays here.
A little bit of wiggle, right?
Last couple possessions that, that really impressed me.
That's him on the step back on Kai Sotto, who's a much bigger defender. And again, we talked about this a couple times. The way the game's going, Kai Sotto's going to have to be able to guard guys on the perimeter because most fours, I would say Kai's more of a 4 than a 5, even though he's 7 foot, just because of his style. Can put the ball on the floor, shoot the ball from 3. So you're going to have to be able to move your feet and guard guys who can make plays off the dribble, similar to what we just saw.
Definitely. He's definitely going to have to be able to do that. I think that's probably his transition, his next step that he has to make in transitioning to the next level. He has to be able to slide his feet a little bit.
I agree.
Obviously, a coach will get him and protect him as much as he can, but
Some point you can't hide, though.
The way the game is being played, coach, everybody's playing small ball. Everybody's really playing with basically 4 guards out there. So you have to find someone for them to guard. And a lot of times you got guys that are playing 5 out, with fives that have good size around 6'6", 6'7", that can put the ball on the deck.
Who's just a dog.
So it'll be a little bit tough for him.
And we just saw 2 highlights of Kai Sotto in the post, and you alluded to this 3 or 4 times tonight. He's in the paint for 4 or 5 seconds at a time, Coach.
Coach, I'm going to check it out here because I'm sure the coach drew a play up for him out of the timeout. I'm going to see how long he stands in this paint.
He's in the paint right now. Still hadn't got out of the paint, Coach. He's been in the paint this entire possession. His foot just got out the paint, Coach. He was in there for 7 seconds right there.
7 seconds, Coach. I don't know if Felix, the referee down there, Felix used to coach at South with the Cab. I'm not sure he's looking at the 3-second call.
He's got to take his time to make that one.
Two good shots.
Kenny. And Kai was in the paint for about 6 seconds before the rebound.
Coach, it's going to be tough for Combine to come back here if they're not, going to rebound the ball, try to establish something to get 30. Big Kai stopped.
I agree. It's just, unless they can find a way to make him grow, it's going to be hard. And I don't think they can make him grow in these last 11:34.
I don't know, Coach. Maybe they got some spinach over there. Good job, Kai.
I don't think that's going to help. Not tonight. Has he missed a free throw?
Coach, I haven't seen him miss a free throw. I'm very impressed with him, Coach. I'm very, very impressed. I tried
to give him the commentator's curse and missed the free throw, and he still didn't miss. I think college would be great for the development of his game.
I think so too. Good pass, Prosper. Great pass.
That's the athleticism that we want to see
from Patrick.
From Toya Solomon, but he hadn't shown it for some reason.
I thought that was Patrick. That's Solomon.
For Toya Solomon. This is Patrick. Patrick is on TSF.
Okay. Sorry about that, Coach.
Nice
great
pass. Good play by Kenny Burns. And does Kai not, he catches everything around the rim and can finish from all angles.
Great hands, Coach. Great hands.
Blackwell forced that one. Got very fortunate to get the call. Forced that one. But he has a very crafty handle and creates separation on his shot, takes care of the ball. He's a good, solid point guard. Has a good feel for the game.
Real solid, Coach. He's done, obviously his team is down today, but he's done a pretty good job of, trying to get guys involved. They just missed a lot of open shots.
And I'm not saying that guards from TSF haven't played well, because they have played well. But the huge disadvantage for Combine is that they're just smaller. And the TSF bigs have just totally dominated them. If you just want to go guards to guards, they've actually competed.
They have competed. Actually have done a good job. Obviously, I think I don't think Kenny Burns has had the same second half
as he did in the first half. I would agree.
But he's still playing well. They're still up. It's hard to keep guys' concentration when they get up by 20.
It is, and they've been up 20 the majority of the game.
Great read in the pressure.
Nice pass with the left hand.
That's how you break a press, coach.
Big time right there. And that was Patrick right there. Great read. We talked about him a couple times, and then he hit 15, who's a guy who's on the second team as well, Micah McAllister, for that three-point shot. He normally plays with the high school team, but he's playing with the national team today.
That's a big-time shot, coach.
I like the left-handed pass off the dribble. That's a difficult pass to make. They must drill that and work on that here.
They have to, coach. That's pretty skilled. That's big-time skill.
Rajon Blackwell, I'm telling you.
Great pass.
And he's made those plays over and over and over again today. Good finish by Dorian Hill underneath the rim. He's another point guard. They're trying to play two guards at the same time, probably trying to speed tempo up. Nice finish underneath the rim.
Good
Another
job.
shot that I think Kai probably has to block. You got to catch that. You got to get on the floor for that.
Oh, good hustle. Good hustle.
Yeah, his hip's going to hurt in the morning.
Yes, it is. Oh, great hands.
Catches everything. Josh has got to attack right there. He's got to see that the big guy is running slow. He should have attacked in that situation.
Oh.
Blackwell was a little out of control, but again, he's crafty enough with his handle that he was able to keep the ball alive and get to the free throw line. And he has a chance right here to cut it to 16, which would be as close as they've been in a while.
Coach, I think the ref gave him a gift right there. If they could, make these 2 free throws here, Coach, we may have a game. TSF hasn't played well
in the second half.
Yeah. They haven't.
Just, human nature when you're up, like you talked about. I think it's hard to just keep your foot on the pedal and just beat a team by 40. It's just hard to do that.
It is. It is.
First free throw by Rajon Blackwell. And I'm sure after the second make, they would like to make this so they can set up in their pressure.
If they can get a steal right here, Coach, we might have ourselves a ball game.
No communication. Good job by Kenny Burns right here.
Foul. To the foul line. Can't foul, Coach. Can't foul.
Especially when it's probably 2 shots at this point. I mean, they were in the 1-on-1 with 14 minutes left. I'm confused. Did it reset after a certain time? After the first? Okay, so maybe after the 10-minute mark, it reset? It's got to be one of those rules. Like, remember they did that in NIT a couple years ago?
Got to be, Coach.
Good
Great
patience.
pass.
Patrick's got to catch that. Combine can cut it down to, they can get it to 14 here or 13 with a 3. Oh, Rajon got to keep his dribble alive in that situation. And that's one of those threes he's been taking. Solomon. Yeah, I mean, you got a big guy on you one-on-one. You got to try to get out. You got to try to beat him off the bounce to see what's going to happen. Good block by Toya Solomon right there. Josh has got to attack. There's no bigs in the game. Got fortunate.
One more. I had a guy in the corner.
He did. I'm still glad he didn't force it, though. Now they're on the glass. Combine's playing harder right now. They just need a couple shots to go down.
Coach, they've had some looks. They're going to go back and look at this film, and they're going to realize that if they had made a couple of these open shots, they would be in this game.
I would agree. And then take a couple of these shots that they've taken as well. Patrick coming off the ball screen. Wilmore didn't dive. Michael McAllister with the drive.
Okay, big fella.
Big fella's got to make that. Josh, though, you got to attack in this situation. Probably should have gave it up. Now it's too late. Now you got to go finish it. Should have gave it up earlier. He actually had a guy for a layup. Kenny with the drive. Good kick.
Great pass.
Great play. That's big time.
That's
another good decision.
Pass, Coach. That is a great pass. He's played very, very well today. Very, very well.
Matt Davis with the 3. They can't take the ball from Blackwell, though. Yeah, can't take that in there, Blackwell. You got to know it's a 7-foot guy in there. Wilmore looked around. He looked at us, gave us the look like, come on, tell these little fellas don't come in here in my house.
Wilmore is a big dude, Coach.
He's like a grown man in here.
He is. He is.
Coach got subbed in Jordan Brown for Emmanuel Prosper for Combine Academy. Rajon with a deep 3.
It's your guy, Coach.
If he can make shots consistently with the handle that he has, I mean, I think he can be a good player at the next level.
Coach, I do too, Coach. TSF is taking some tough shots.
They're just forcing. They're akin to the same game the combine is. They're just coming down and shooting threes.
Oh.
Ooh. Great job by Kenny to keep that dribble alive. Rajon Blackwell took a little bit of a gamble, tried to get a steal in transition, trying to force it. They haven't been able to get under 16 in the second half. It reset at 10 in
Appreciate
bonus.
that, Felix. Because we were thinking they were supposed to be shooting free throws over here, sir. The referee just came over and told us, you know, it resets, fouls reset when 10 minutes left in the game.
Not sure. I know they did that in the NIT a couple years ago, but I don't think any level does that. So I'm interested to see where they got their rules from. Tough shot by Patrick off the ball screen read right there. And that's a big human being that you have setting that ball screen for you.
Yeah, it's hard to get over that one, Coach. Hard to get over that screen.
Or under. Number two for a combine subbed in for the first time. Stanislav Pedos. Got it down to 14.
Coach, I think if I'm combine, I'm going to put the big fella on the line, Wilbur.
And see if he can make it.
I'm going to go Hack-a-Shack.
Is it too early to go Hack-a-Shack, though?
Coach.
We got a running clock going now, too.
Coach,
they stopped it.
Coach, I'm going to put him on the line and see if he can make one or two.
He didn't look. He looked good shooting the ball in warm-up, but in the two free throw attempts he had today, he missed both. Patrick with the three in transition. He's actually made a couple late. I still don't know how I feel about that shot, but he just made one. He was in rhythm. He was open. That's a tough one by Rajon Blackwell there. Those are the ones that him and Josh Ado, even though they're the best two players, they can't take those shots when you're trying to come back and dig from deep. Because now Jalen Galloway gets an open look. Ball tipped out by Josh Ado. Coach trying to get him a little mini break. Down 17 with 6:30 left. Jalen Galloway with a nice finish, man. He's played well.
Galloway. He has played well tonight, Coach. I think, like you said, if he get his handles where he needs to get them, because he has a pure shot, he could be a next level guy. And
Not
I'm
a bad
talking
athlete either.
NBA. I'm talking about next level, high major,
college.
mid.
Yep, I agree. Nice three by Toya Solomon. Roberson with a nice lob.
Great pass to the big fella. Sometimes that's all you got to do for a big fella. I'm sure he's going to be aggressive defensively down here.
He got a little pep in his step after the
He
lob.
did, after the dunk, Coach. Sometimes you just got to look at him. Get down in the stands. Look at him, Coach.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, actually.
Coach, anytime you get those big fellas a dunk, you know this. You get them a dunk, they get a little hype. They either going to come down and play good defense or foul, Coach.
One or the other. Nice three by Jordan Brown in the corner. Now they're chipping into this lead again. It's down to 15.
Combine got a turnover out of the press. Patrick dribbled over into the coffin corner and got trapped over there, had nowhere to go with the basketball.
I'm not sure I would have went offense, defense in that situation, tried to get Josh Ado back in there. And Toya Solomon looks like he has some tools. Right there, he caught in the post, showed a nice little lefty over the right shoulder jump hook.
Definitely athletic enough, Coach.
Oh, my God. But he settles for jump shots.
Oh.
What's Jalen Galloway going to do right here? Seal athleticism. He's got to finish that. Right there, Toya hasn't. He's got to catch that little butterfingers on a quick pass. That could have been a layup, went right through his hands.
Worst place to turn the ball over, Coach. Baseline out of bounds, Coach. Worst place. Those are supposed to be some easy points. You closest to the basket. Got to execute in those situations, especially when you're down.
And I think that those plays are magnified. In the NBA, I think they do the best job in after timeouts, baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds. College, I think there's a little bit of a drop-off. Teams are more concerned about just getting the ball in bounds, not turning it over. High school, it's all over the place.
Hit or miss, Coach. You hit or miss in high school. I mean, obviously, even in college, we hit or miss. That's why we always try to get it in.
Just get the ball in.
Just
Don't turn it over.
Don't turn it over. Just get it in.
In the NBA, they're actually trying to score.
Well, working for an NBA coach last year, Avery Johnson, I mean, he was big on baseline out of bounds. I mean, we would spend hours on baseline out of bounds in practice. Sometimes we would be like, Coach, you're not going to have that many possessions of baseline out of bounds, but I think that was something he carried over from
That's
the
what
NBA.
they stress in the NBA.
And we really worked on it. And we did a good job on baseline out of bounds. Oh.
No, fella. Great hustle. That's a situation where Jalen Galloway's got to be a little bit better in transition. Matt Davis right here.
Oh.
Little athleticism. Okay.
Matt. Rim tickler.
Combine, they got to get their best players back in. Because now it's ballooned back up to 19. Clock guy's taking 3 or 4 seconds off every time the ball goes up bounds, so he's trying to get out of here.
I think he is.
He is trying. I've been watching him. He's doing it every time. And I don't think the combine guy saying anything because it's by 20. If it was by 5 or 6, it'd be chaos in. If he makes that, I like this Josh Ado kid, man. That's a good play.
That is a good play.
And that was a better shot. He didn't force that one. Roberson's not bad. Roberson's coming here and push tempo.
Coach got good speed, made some good plays.
He's the one who threw the lob to Wilmore early. Good fight. Good fight by both teams. Hopefully Ado's not injured his wrist right there. That was great hustle by Donovan Grant. Getting after that loose ball. He's played well today, too. They've had a number of guys who have played well.
You know what? For the score being what it is, I think both of these teams have competed, Coach.
They have. And I'm a little torn, too, if it's a lack of defense or if it's a number of possessions because it is 98-82 with 4 minutes left on the clock.
Coach, that 24-second clock, I actually think they need to do that in college. I like to see college and the NBA, excuse me, start working together because I think there's a gap.
Did they take the shot clocks up?
Oh, maybe they did, Coach.
I saw them doing something at halftime. I thought they were just moving them to a better location to see them. But I don't see it anymore. But the guys are still playing as if the 24-second shot clock is going.
So, in the middle of the game, maybe it was just a first half situation where they were testing it out.
The horn was going off. They didn't like the way it was going, so they moved away. And they obviously it wasn't necessary because the guys are getting the ball up quick. We didn't have any shot clock violations.
None.
None that was even close.
Exactly. But, you know, going back to what I was saying.
Oh, Kai, don't do him like that, Kai. Don't do him like that. Please don't score on him after that. Hit him with the old school fake over his head, get him to turn around, then went one-on-one on him.
Kai's pretty skilled, Coach.
He is. I don't think Jordan Brown appreciated that. I see him saying something. Jordan Black appreciated that. He's saying something to his teammates, but you shouldn't turn around, Jordan. You can't turn around.
You can't turn around on the pump fake.
Find out what happened later, Jordan. You got to keep looking at him, make sure the ball's not gone.
I think Kai, Coach, I think he's probably teetering around 20, 25 points here.
And 16, 17 rebounds.
And no missed free throws.
He's got to be at 25. I mean, he's made 12, 14 free throws alone.
And he's made all of them, Coach.
Made a 3. Tons of finishes around. He might be at 30.
But guess what, Coach? We'll be able to see the book after.
But we will. If there is a book, because they say, who knows. Toya Solomon, he likes that jump shot.
He does, Coach.
Good pass. Oh. That's like Rajon Blackwell with a good aggressive for good hands.
TSF has done a great job of passing the ball, working it around.
They're taking better shots.
Oh, great move.
That's Michael McAllister, again, who normally plays with the high school team. Him and Roberson have come in and played well.
Oh.
Blackwell tried to, showed a little aggression right there, didn't he? You see the fans didn't quite agree with that call.
They didn't agree with the call, Coach, but I think the referee might have got that one right,
Me too. But I do see a little bit of a left-hand push-off, but I'm pretty sure it's a foul 90% of the places you play. Blackwell makes the first.
Coach, I'm gonna get on the phone today, man. I get a lot of calls from lower level coaches, man. There's a couple guys out here I think that could play at lower level, D2 level.
I would agree that schools haven't heard about.
Exactly. Now, obviously, there's a lot goes into, recruiting kids. You got to, transcripts and grades and things of that nature. But
SAT scores.
exactly. But there's a couple of prospects out here.
Then you want to find out what's their personality. How are they going to fit into our culture? Do they work hard every day? Are they a team guy? Are they getting in trouble in the hotel? Are they getting in trouble on campus?
Goes back to that evaluation process, Coach, that you talked about. We're just seeing these guys one time. So, Coach, I got a question for you. So, you've been coaching a long time, got a lot of experience. What do you do? How many times does it take for you to see a guy?
I like to see him at least 3
Okay.
before I make a determination on what level I think he is. But if I want to actually take him and recruit him, I would like to see him 5 times. And one of those times I would like to be a practice. I want to see him at a practice one day because I want to see how he interacts with his teammates when the crowd isn't around. I want to see him play against a zone defense. I want to see him play against multiple man defenses. I would love to see him play against a pressure physical team. Obviously that's a perfect world. It's hard to get all those scenarios. But once you've seen all that, you have a good idea. But just as important, that we just touched on is what kind of kid is he?
Definitely. What's your guy again, Coach, scoring a buck?
Man, Josh Sotto, he's a monster around the rim. Who are his good friends? Why are they friends? What's his home situation? And that doesn't mean you're better if you got a 2-parent household than a 1-parent household. But are you close with your family? Are they into academics? Did they go to college? I want to know all that about you to try to formulate the best picture that I can so that I can present that to, the staff and make sure that this is a guy that fits our program.
Coach, if we get a turnover here in the 3, we
Got
got
a ball game.
game.
It's 13 points.
TSF.
Patrick has made some good plays, but he's also been sped up, and I think that was a travel right there. Kenny Burns.
Pass.
This is a big play right here. Oh, my gosh. And if he is Josh Sotto and Josh gets a chance right there to score that basket and cuts it to 11, they took 4 more seconds off the clock. That could have been big.
Got to be careful hitting his head up against the wall over there, Coach. I don't think that's a pad.
I don't think it is either, and I like the competitiveness, but you gotta be don't hurt yourself out here.
Oh.
Nice play by Galloway.
Nice play.
He plays at his own pace.
He does. Galloway is a smooth basketball player.
Man, Blackwood has not turned that ball over. Dunk that. He does remind me of Josh Okogie.
Yeah.
Not as big, not as long. Josh Okogie has a 7-foot wingspan, so he doesn't have the measurements, but he has that same kind of tenacity.
I love Josh coming out of high school. I thought he was a really good player.
Yeah.
He was a really, really good player. Played really, really well in the EYBL down the stretch.
Can't teach motor.
Can't teach motor, Coach. Can't teach it. And, I was surprised when he left Georgia Tech. I was probably one of the guys like, why would he do that? But you know what? Did a good job, whoever his agent was. He obviously played well.
Was great in the combine.
Great in the combine. I actually was at the combine, and he did a really, really good job. And I'm happy to see him. Happy to see him. I saw he got his jersey retired the other day. That was big time.
Yep.
It's big time. I saw you were there.
Had to be there to support my guy. And Shiloh's having a great year, by the way.
Coach, Shiloh's really good.
Play well as a team. Play about 11, 12 guys. Physical, tough, defend. I think they have a chance to make a run at the state championship. Their 2 losses to Grayson have been, I think they lost in overtime one time by 2 and another time by 1. So they played Grayson, who has been by far the best team in the state of Georgia, really, really close in both games.
Coach, I can't wait to see this action. I know Grayson is right now. They got Grayson as the favorite. Obviously, I hadn't seen Shiloh play, but I've been hearing a lot about him. I've been doing a lot of traveling around, but I can't wait to the region tournament, state tournament, just to see who comes out on top this year, because I've heard some great, great things about Shiloh.
Just a good team. I don't think they have any prospect that's going to jump out the page to you that are really super exciting. I'm not saying they're not bad players. They're good players, but what they are is a very good team.
Okay.
Defend, play at a good tempo, play for each other. And, again, they're deep in their bench, so they're bringing guys off the bench that are the same level. So they just keep coming at you on waves and waves and waves.
Like it. I like it. Kind of like, what was the team? Was it Meadow Creek last year?
Yes.
But Meadow Creek did have some guys.
They did. Jalen Benjamin, people slept on him. Jalen Benjamin's a bad boy, and he's done really well at UAB too.
I've heard.
He's their leading scorer as a freshman.
I like him.
Just a smart, tough player. 14-point game, minute 30 left.
And a bad turnover by TSF there
Bad
against the
turnover.
press, especially this late in the game when you have the lead.
Rolling the ball at the court. Rajon Blackwell's got to make a quick, good decision here. Try to get to the rim or kick it out.
3-ball.
Mayor Prosper
Foul.
fouled on a 3.
Tough. Coach, we may have ourselves a ball game here. If they can knock down these 3 free throws, get the press set up. These are the pressure situations that you talked about that you would like to see some kids that you're recruiting. You'd like to see how they handle the press.
And they don't always have to play well, but how do you handle adversity? You know, sometimes you're not going to play well, but are you going to be a bad teammate? Are you going to fuss at everybody else? Are you going to pout? Or are you going to learn from that and come back and be better next time? Because it happens. It's going to happen at the next level, too.
I'm not sure. TSF coach, I think he may be a little bit frustrated with Burns because Burns had a couple crucial turnovers in the press. But
probably need him in this situation.
Probably need him in this situation, especially knowing that Combine is going to press. But, you know, obviously I'm not one to do, you know, quarterbacking from the coat.
We're not with them every day, so, you know, we don't know the situation.
Don't know the situation at all. So, and they've been up the whole game. So he's made some great decisions, great subs, and they've done a good job.
Man-to-man pressure, run and jump, throw over the top. Roberson does have speed. Handled the press pretty well right there. I think they got a foul.
I like this Roberson
Coach said
kid.
no foul. Me too.
You know who he reminds me of?
Nice cut. Who?
Eric Barkley.
Nice. Haven't seen Eric Barkley. I heard that name in a while.
Good defense.
Jalen Galloway, man, I'm telling you, he's long. He can do some different things. He's a better athlete than you think. This Roberson kid's not bad. He makes solid decisions. Maybe that's why Coach Rob Johnson got him in the game.
I guess so, Coach.
Good patience. That was Darren Patrick with a nice pass to Jalen Galloway for the backdoor dunk.
Galloway's another guy that's played well today. Look, he may have about 20 points. I think he got away
definitely
with the
has
foul.
20.
Definitely got away with the foul right there.
But I like the way he's competing all the way to the end of the clock. We got 32 seconds left, up 16, still contesting shots. I like to see that.
Coach, got to play all the way through the whistle. I think we had a situation in New York Knicks the other day where, you know, guys were a little bit mad at Crowder, which I understand. But, hey, man, you got to play through the whistle. Play all the way through the whistle.
Man, Morris just totally disrespected him in the postgame talk. Did you hear the postgame?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Totally disrespected him.
Came back out and apologized. I think he said some things about female that's probably not going to – I think he probably got a big-time fine.
In today's day and age, you just can't say or get away with that stuff anymore.
Definitely.
It's viewed as insensitive.
Very. Coach, 109-95. We've had a lot of points scored here tonight.
I don't know what I was anticipating, but I wasn't anticipating 200.
I definitely wasn't anticipating that, Coach.
That's not what I was thinking coming into tonight.
Definitely not.
The one thing we can say is that we got to see everybody's offensive package.
We did. We did. You know, there was no shortage of game by guys. They tried to give you everything they had, Coach. I think they knew you was over here. They know you're going to be coaching pretty soon.
I don't think they had anything to do with it. I just think that's how they play. But it was good to come out and watch them, and I've enjoyed being on the broadcast with you and picking your brain, and hopefully everybody at home has enjoyed listening to us.
Coach, I really appreciate you inviting me here, man. This is big time. Hopefully we can do this again. I know during the playoffs we're going to probably, you know, get a couple calls. I love to do some of these playoff games.
Me too. Because that's when you really find out about guys in the playoffs. Everybody can be good in the regular season. What are you going to do in the playoffs when it really counts?
There it is, Coach. Ball game.
111-95, Skills Factory with the win. Combine Academy came out here and fought hard, but at the end of the day, Skills Factory was just too big and too strong. Kai Sotto was super impressive. Jalen Galloway was impressive. I really like Josh Ado on Combine Academy. What are your thoughts as we finish up?
Coach, I like Kenny Burns today, Coach. I thought Kenny Burns played well. I think they were saying this is his first time moving over from the 2 to the point. I thought he did a great job. I thought Combine fought hard, but I think the size and experience of TSF really hurt them, and obviously they didn't make some shots. They had a lot of open shots, and they didn't get a lot of them to fall, especially in the second half. They made a couple plays, but, hey, man, sometimes the shot not falling. So
got to figure out another way to win the game.
Got to figure out another way.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it, man.